everybody on this planet is equal in value, and you have value to bring to people's lives that are more successful than you. And so you can get in with the people, but you have to be creative and you have to be very, very determined, and also not so rejection sensitive, because you will get a lot of no's before you get a yes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Conscious Marketer podcast. This is Richard here, and I'm also joined by Kylie. Hi, Kylie.
Hey.
And in today's episode, it's a solo episode with just Kylie and myself. And we recently got out of a 3-day summer camp event where we taught a lot about list building. And one of the methods that we taught in the virtual summer camp was about affiliate webinars. And both Kylie and I have done a lot of affiliate webinars, both for our own business and for clients that we've worked with. And it's really an extraordinary way to build your own business, build your own list. And we thought we'd share a little bit more about that list building technique on this podcast. We actually, within Conscious Marketer, we have something we call the opt-in wheel, and we have 12 different methods to build lists. And this is one of the 3 affiliate methods that we use. I know, Kylie, at some point in your extensive online career, you were actually an affiliate manager. Is that right?
Yeah, I started out in 2012 as an affiliate manager for a guy named Max Simon, and Max's father is the late Dr. David Simon, who was the Chopra Empire silent business partner. And so Max had some really successful entrepreneurs on his speed dial. He was babysat by some of the biggest names in personal development, and he grew up with all of those people as friends. And so it was really cool to get exposure to people that had $5 million companies, and to really see how to run affiliate programs in the most high level way possible. He was an amazing mentor in that regard. So I feel very blessed. And then I went on to manage 2 other affiliate programs after that. And then I turned into a copywriter. So it kind of progressed like that.
Right. Kind of full circle. And I think I started in this business around 2006-ish, really in the digital world, which is about as long ago as you can in this world. It was like 17 years ago, 18 years ago. And so I've seen a lot of different affiliate campaigns. And I think in the early days of online marketing, there was a lot more affiliate business because not everybody knew how to build a list. And I think it's interesting, there was a lot more cooperation back then because there weren't so many products in the market and everybody didn't have competing products. And I would say in the recent years, you've seen some affiliate models, but affiliate webinars have become a little less popular, which is actually a good thing. It's a really great strategy to use. And so maybe we could just start by sharing the basics of what an affiliate webinar is. Maybe Kylie, do you want to kind of walk everybody through like what an affiliate webinar looks like and how to use it?
Sure. So it depends on whether you're promoting them or they're promoting you, but let's start with them promoting you, because that's really the objective that we want to get across here. So you create a webinar with the structure that we usually do is telling your story, making 3 teaching points, and then making your offer. So you create something like that. And then you find somebody who will promote it to their audience. Now, the audience that you want to promote, that you want to get in front of, is an audience that has your ideal client, but you don't want to find a partner who has a similar program to you. So if you're a coach or something like that, and you have a coaching school, you'd want to find perhaps a marketing educator who could help your coach get more clients. It's kind of like that. You want to find something that's very symbiotic. And then what happens is when people opt in for that webinar off of that person's list, they go onto your list. So even if you don't make any money, which I've never seen happen, you are building your list essentially for free. And then there's a revenue share on the back end. So it's pretty amazing model in that regard. And I think that everybody listening has at least a couple of people in their stratosphere that would be willing to promote, even if that's a small audience, a medium audience, a large audience. Start from where you are. It's a really powerful way to grow your list.
Yeah, I love that. And, one of the base, I'd say there's kind of like 2 base principles that I would encourage everybody to think about. And one is that, your best customer is already on somebody else's list. And so if you can find people who are willing to partner with you rather than having to kind of go online and do ads or find some organic outreach, you realize that your best customers are already on somebody's other list. And then so your job is, rather than to kind of get 10,000 leads and then find that 100 people that want to work with you, is really just to align with one person that you want to work with. So that's kind of the first idea or principle or stance, is your best customer is on someone else's list. And the second is something we call 100 to 0. And really it's, if somebody came to me and is like, hey, I want to mail to your list and I don't know you, you've never taken a program, pretty much the answer is no. And so often you need to build relationships with the people that you want to do affiliate partnerships with. And normally this takes years. It doesn't take like overnight. And, you know, if you're somebody bigger and have more credibility, then people will want to partner with you sometimes, but it's kind of a long game. And so you really have to invest in 100 0. It's just the idea that you're willing to give 100% and not expect anything in return initially. And so you might think through like a longer term strategy to build the relationships that you know are going to be useful to you from a place of service, from a place of intent to help them out. And if they give you something back, great. And if they don't, then you've helped them, and that's okay too. But what happens normally is there's a relationship that develops, and then the other person wants to support your business as well, especially if you come in with good intentions. And you know when somebody's scammy and just wants to use you and doesn't care about you. That's pretty obvious in the feeling when somebody talks to me right away. So I'd say we're not encouraging you to outreach on cold traffic to mail to people's lists, because, you know, think about it. If you spent money, time nurturing your list and protecting your community, it's kind of your responsibility to protect the community and the email list that you build, the souls that are on that list. And so you need to have a really you need to have boundaries, and people have to get through. The people that get through should really offer extreme value to your audience, and value probably that you can't provide. So like Kylie was just saying, it's a complementary value rather than doing something just like I do it, because it's not the ideal affiliate partner.
Yeah, I want to talk about the relationship building thing, because I think affiliate webinars and affiliate marketing and joint ventures, it is a long-term strategy, but you can get short-term results. And I've been able to get a foot in the door of people who are rather inaccessible through doing acts of service and adding a lot of value to their life. So if you do a little homework on people and you figure out what they're passionate about, and you find a hole in their business, or you find something that you can help them with, then you're in really good shape. And this isn't exactly affiliate marketing example, but I think it's a great example that you could translate into how to connect with people that you want to promote you. And that is, I had a client, she's a really awesome lady, and she wanted to start a content marketing agency. She was doing something she was doing sales, I think, at the time, and she wanted to move into content marketing. So she was in one of my classes, and we made a strategy for her that she would pick 10 people that she wanted as clients, and she would create a piece of content that would match what she would do if they were her client. And she put it in the mail and mailed it to them. And I think she got like 5 of those people to be her clients, because she was giving them a service that they really wanted and needed. Good content is super needed in the world, and most people aren't that great at it. Honestly, most people that you can hire really can't get your voice down, or they don't really know what to do with the content. And so it's a very frustrating role to try to hire for. But she was able to land like half of those clients just by spending a couple hours researching them, getting their voice down, doing a blog post, or maybe she did some videos and added links to the videos in the letter and things like that. But people were so impressed by that out of the box communication that she filled up her agency with all the clients that she needed and wanted. So think of ways that you can demonstrate your value, and even more importantly, the value that you can provide for the potential partner's audience. That's the most important thing to them. They want to know they've spent a long time building up that audience, and they want to know that you're going to take really good care of them. So find a way to demonstrate that in a way that like most people would never think of. I'm going to give you a book recommendation. It's How to Get a Meeting with Anyone. And there's a lot of different ideas like that in the book. So I really believe that you can reach people that are somewhat inaccessible. It takes a little time and effort, but the more you practice it, the more likely it is that you'll be successful, which I think is really super fun. And I love doing it myself.
Yeah, and that's a great example where you're trying to figure out a way to add value to that person. So it's not impossible, and it can be done. I think Kylie, you did this once where you saw somebody's copy and was like, "Can I just rewrite this for you?" Or maybe you even rewrote it for them, and
I
then
did.
yeah, and it wasn't like you didn't do it to need anything in return, but then you develop a relationship with that person, correct?
Yeah. And he knew his marketing copy sounded way too markety and didn't sound like him at all. And so he was really relieved at the offer to help. And then we ended up having a relationship. I don't talk to him that much, but if I needed to call him up and ask him like, hey, let's partner on this, or let's consider this opportunity that could help both of us, I'm sure he would respond to that. And so I've done a lot of things like that over the years. And it's actually quite fun because I like a challenge. And so I like to think about like, who can I connect with that's somewhat out of reach? I have a friend, Jen, and she wanted to get connected to Joe Polish, who's probably the most well-connected person in the entire internet marketing world. He's got like everybody who's anybody in the internet marketing field, he's got on his stages or he's friends with. And so she wanted to break into that circle. He has a network called the Genius Network, and it's some of the most brilliant, capable, talented people in the whole world sharing ideas with each other. And so what she did to get in the door with him, because she was young, she was in her early 20s, I think, and just right out of college and just starting to write copy, very green, very fresh. And she sent a massage therapist to his house. So that's how she ended up. And now she's great friends with him. She's in the Genius Network. She presents. She's presented at Traffic and Conversion. She's speaks at all the big events because she just had this idea, like, what if I send a massage therapist to his house? So like, if you do something like that, people are going to reciprocate. They're going to respond to you.
I once was following somebody just out of personal interest who was a qigong teacher, and this person had really bad marketing, and they were going into a launch. And I remember reaching out and saying, "Do you know, I do this. I'm happy to just help you." And this person took me up on it, and then later that person hired me, and then we ended up doing multiple six-figure launches for that person. But the story gets even more interesting because that person started to be in relationship with a few other people in the field, and then she introduced another client to me, and that person had multiple seven-figure launches, and they hired us to execute those. And so just from this intention of, look, how can I help this person? I wasn't expecting anything in return off the first one. I literally just wanted her. I knew her stuff. I knew her material was so good. I was like, it just needs to get out to more people in the world. And
Yeah.
so I just came from that pure intention of like, just get this out to more people. And the universe is, I think the universe is fair and kind, you know. It could be you do something like that and it's like, oh, you're just making up because you did something mean to that person in third grade in a previous lifetime, and you don't see any effect. And then other times it's like, okay, you've earned, I call it karma bucks. You've earned some karma bucks, and we're going to throw this in front of you, or I'm glad you reached out because now that person connected to this person. That's who you're really supposed to work with. So it kind of happens that way. Before we go any further with the affiliate webinars, I think we should just cover a few more things. One is, when might you want to use these affiliate webinars? And I think that I'll just share that there's three use cases. And one is, if you're coming into like a launch that you've spent a lot of time working on, and you have some close partners that you've been in communication with, a launch is a great time to bring in and do an affiliate webinar with somebody. So rather than just saying, hey, will you mail to my list? You can do a webinar with the person. So if I was, we're going to be relaunch. We have a couple programs. We have our 90-day launch accelerator. And so we're going to be relaunching that. So we're reaching out to affiliates out there and saying, hey, do you want to do the ones that have lists, do you want to do an affiliate webinar with us? And we'll do just a webinar to their list. And our goal during that affiliate webinar is to give their people value, even if they don't buy. And so it's a piece of value content they can provide to their audience, and then be in a relationship with us and talking. And then if people want to go deeper, then they can sign up. But the cool thing is it benefits their audience because we're providing value to them, even if they don't buy. And then if people do purchase, there's two benefits. One is the person, the affiliate that we're in relationship with, the partner that we just did the webinar with, for every sale, we can give them a commission of some kind, you know? And then the second benefit is if their clients work with us, then we can provide the deeper transformation for those clients. So that's the first idea, is if you're in a launch, this is important. The second thing is if you just have an affiliate that you're working with, and maybe you're not in a launch, but you have a program that you could offer on an evergreen basis, or you have something that would be of value. It could be like a high ticket offer or something like that. You can just set up an independent affiliate webinar that either markets an evergreen thing or something that you have ongoing. And this is a great use of an affiliate webinar, because at any time you could bring in an affiliate and just do a standalone webinar. It doesn't require a massive launch. It's just one webinar. You can set it up with Zoom and make it super easy. And then the third use case that I want to share is, if you have space in your marketing calendar, maybe you aren't selling something, maybe you're going on vacation. There are a lot of people who have great products that could benefit the people in your community. And so rather than offering your products to somebody else, you can bring in an affiliate, and you could reach out to somebody and say, hey, I have some space in my calendar. I know you have this complementary product, or you have this thing. I've gone through it. I've gotten a lot of transformation. I'd love to market that to my list, because I know it'll help our people with something they need help with. And then the benefit to you is if you can sell some of them, and you can make a little extra income in a time that you might not have the income. And again, you're going to want to partner with somebody who's going to really take care of your people and really help your people get the value and over deliver. So there might be some more use cases, but those are the three use cases that I would want to mention. And it just gives you like another tool, another option on how to use affiliate webinars inside your business.
Yeah, I think we should talk about money too, now that we're talking about sort of promoting people and them promoting you. So I want to give you the standard affiliate commission so you know how to go into it prepared. So if you have a program that is more or less pre-recorded or automated, then you would give 50% of that. Now that may sound steep, but think about the fact that you're not really doing that much work to make that happen. And you're breaking almost pure profit just because your course is already up and running and you're not having to do a lot to maintain it. If there's a live component to it, for example, our Conscious Launch Accelerator, we have a hybrid model where it is pre-recorded, but also we show up for Q&A calls. And so we do a 33% commission on that. It's like $500 for a $1,500 sale. And then if you have a super high ticket program, like a $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 program, the standard is 10%. So if people make a $10,000 sale for you, you give them $1,000, they're happy, you're happy. And that is pretty much how we look at the pricing for it. So I just wanted you to be very prepared to talk about the money, because that is going to come up right away when you have these conversations with people.
Yeah. And I think it's one of the other things, there's two other things that I'll mention just to add on to what Kylie said. One is, if you're in an affiliate relationship where somebody is in with you, then you should disclose that in your email. At the bottom of the email, it should say this is an affiliate relationship. And then on the page itself, you should be open about that you're receiving an affiliate commission if you're selling, or the person that's marketing is also receiving an affiliate commission. That's in the United States, it's the FTC guidelines. You need to disclose if you have an affiliate relationship and you're marketing something for some kind of commission. And it just needs to be in your terms and conditions and a footnote. But just make it obvious. And then the second thing is, sometimes people don't want an affiliate fee. Sometimes what happens instead of a monetary exchange, it can be, hey, will you email your list this, and I'll email my list this in exchange. So sometimes people will be like, they don't want the affiliate commission, but they'll want a list trade, or I'll market this to my list if you market this to your list. And sometimes it happens that way. And then, there's even a more complicated version of like, I'll trade you this many link clicks for this many link clicks, because sometimes the list sizes aren't the same. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. And you can always get creative even, like maybe there's something you can do, or you can be a bonus on somebody's person's program. There's the nice thing about these kind of affiliate relationships is when you get into them, they become kind of like business partners in a sense. And over time, I've seen it where people get invited on podcasts. They become part of people's books and case studies. They vacation together. Or if you're in a city, you have a meetup and have a dinner, or their bonuses and programs, or, all kinds of different things. So it's kind of a way to make the relationships that you have through your business richer and really a part of your life. And I think that those are the best kinds of affiliate partners, people that you actually want to be in an ongoing relationship with through years. I mean, I think that's part of conscious marketing and conscious business.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Well, hopefully you took some inspiration from this today where you can start to think about what type of webinar that you would want to do and what type of partner you want, what the commission split is going to look like. And to me, most importantly and most excitedly, how to get your foot in the door with people that seem unattainable, because at the end of the day, people are just people. I had to learn that when I was in my first role as an affiliate manager, and I was talking to people like Bob Proctor and Mark Victor Hansen and, Ariel Ford and all these types of people. I was very intimidated by them. And what I learned after working with them is they're just people. Like everybody on this planet is equal in value, and you have value to bring to people's lives that are more successful than you. And so you can get in with the people, but you have to be creative and you have to be very, very determined, and also not so rejection sensitive, because you will get a lot of no's before you get a yes. So hopefully you took some ideas from this and you're going to go run out there and try to make relationships with new people. And if you do that and you have a success story or a big win, let me know, because I will share that on the podcast, and that'll just give you a little name recognition also. That'll be super fun. So let's plan for that.
I love it. Thanks, Kylie. And thanks to all the listeners. If you want to get the show notes, you can go to consciousmarketer.com/podcast. I think we're close to over 100 episodes here, so we're kind of in new territory. We really appreciate your support and you listening. And if you have a chance, leave us a review on iTunes or Spotify. Thanks, everybody, for today. And we'll see you on the next podcast. Bye for now.
Bye.